When was the last time you saw someone else's garden and secretly hoped it was yours? Well, with a few simple tips and tricks, you can have your own dream garden in a matter of months. The most beautiful garden in your neighbourhood will belong to you after watching this entire video until the end. Have you ever tried and failed to make a magical garden? Are you one of those people who are looking to build a small piece of heaven in your home? What you see right here is your home in a few months from now. Gorgeous flowers blooming all over your landscape, and the sounds of birds playing in the background is the best garden to be after a tiring day of work. It's not easy to make a flourishing garden without taking care of certain important steps. These steps could make or break your dream garden. On number 5, we have plans. Everything is better with a plan. It doesn't matter if your garden space is small to plant one flower or spacious enough to fit in an Amazon. All you need is a solid plan to make your dream garden. As a first step, you have to measure the area you're going to take for building your garden. It should be clear which all portions will be left out of the garden, and there should be enough space for you to walk in and out of your house. If you're a person who has more than one car, then your garden of yours shouldn't take up your garage space. Most of the plants require sunlight and shade. It should go hand in hand. While planning, make sure that you take note of which areas would receive more sunlight than the other. Your lifestyle and occupation matter while planning the garden. If you are a person who lacks time to stay in your home and will be out on business trips most of the year, then a rose wouldn't be the right choice for your garden. The style of garden you prefer should also be discussed as it sets the theme. You can be an over-the-top extravagant person who loves big trees in the garden space. You can also be a minimalist who loves to have a collection of bonsai trees in the battle of garden aesthetics. There could only be one winner. Make sure that the aesthetics you choose for one side of your garden do not clash with the other. You need to have a rough sketch of your plan and contact a landscape artist to start building your garden. If your budget is low, then you can make a garden from scratch. Unleash the thrifty chic side of yours. For that, all you need to do is a good amount of plants and a shovel along with a few pots. There are many do-it-yourself tips you could follow to make your garden within your budget. Instead of buying expensive pots, you can sow the seeds in the soil directly. You can also use junk tubs or containers to fill up soil and plant flowers. On number 4, we have preparation of the soil. A soil test should be done before you put on your gloves to dig into the dirty task. Soil is one of the major factors which determines the growth of plants. It needs to be fertile and should not have the nutrient deficiency. You can determine the pH of the solids with a soil testing kit. It's available in the market, and you would have to spend more money by giving it to the soil testing centre. After the test, you need to take a few steps back and visualise your dream garden. If there is any space for pesky weeds in your garden, weeds are disturbing guests who need to be plucked and thrown away before it destroys your magical place. Weeding tools are available in the market to clear out the weeds. If you are a sting person, just like many out there, then don't worry. All you need is your hands to pluck out all the weeds. It would be a great full body workout, which is again free of cost. Take the weed removal process as a battle between you and your dream garden. All you gotta do is remove the weeds and have a plain canvas to start planting. Meanwhile, collect all the food waste, especially fruits and veggies, to make a secret mix to make your soil fertile. You can even dump eggshells, but keep in mind that they do not turn the space into a garbage collecting centre. You can also keep a container on the side of your kitchen table to put all the fruit and vegetable waste into it. Within a few months, the soil will be more fertile than ever before. On number 3, we have plants. The most difficult, yet easiest task is to find suitable plants for your garden. If you're a person who wants to implement a particular theme or has a purpose behind gardening, then it's the easiest step among all 5. But to all confused as to who wants the best of all worlds, it's the most difficult task. There are different types of gardens. We cannot box one's likes and dislikes. Some gardeners love to have fragrant and beautiful flowers blooming all over their gardens. It should not leave any space for trees, but some gardeners want a part of the Amazon forest in their backyard. They find the planting of majestic trees magnificent, and this makes their garden more beautiful. There is a small group of gardeners who give importance to utility. They do not like planting trees and flowers which they cannot consume in any way. Even if you wish to have a home full of flowers, your wish cannot be granted due to certain limitations. The place you live in and the climate condition heavily affect the plants that you can grow. If you are living in a place that receives rainfall now and then, you can only opt for certain plants. The same is the case for a place with a cold climate. The best way to find out is to search about your place and type of soil. If you're living there for almost a decade, then you know what kind of climate to expect. You can make a list of your desired plants according to that. From shrubs to the big banyan tree. You need a complete list of the plant names and number of plants you might want to purchase. You might also want to check out your savings. For a visual tree, include as many different coloured flowers and trees with different heights. You can even ask your friends to contribute to the masterpiece you are building by giving plant stems. On number 2, we have maintenance. It's the toughest job you will have to do every day for the great of your life. To make it easier, purchase all the necessary equipment from shovels to weeding tools. Build a small outhouse or set aside a corner of your home to keep all the necessary equipment required for gardening. In this way, you wouldn't miss out on any maintenance processes. Every once in a while you have to change pots. You'll have to shape your lawn and cut your flowers. If you're planning to plant vegetables, then the fertility of the soil needs to be checked and maintained now and then. You should water your plants in set intervals of time and make sure that they are getting enough sunlight. You would also have to cut off a certain stem and allow plants to grow. On number 1, we have modification. You can take your garden to the next level by putting up fairy lights and filling up the walkway with pebble stones. It would transform your regular looking garden into Buckingham Palace. You can find a focal point where you will place the most beautiful flowers on the trees in your garden. This should catch the attention of your neighbour as well as passers-by. For that, you can select a colourful flower or a piece of art which flyers are grown. You can pave the way for your garden and even construct a small pond to create a relaxing aura garden. You can buy old plywood and cut it into small pieces to build a small fence around the garden. You can also bring your signature style into gardening by painting the pots or playing around with rare plants. If you have a pair of old chairs lying around, then place them in your garden. Later on, you can plant any creepers and cover the chair with them. This would grab the notice of many and your garden would definitely stand out. You can also set up space by setting a swing and a table to turn your garden into a hangout place where you can chill out and rest up with your friends. All kinds of modifications depend upon your creative style and personal preferences. Of course, everybody is different. You can make or break the look of your garden with simple modifications. Who knows, your garden space could be your wedding venue in the future. Investing in it would be a complete waste, and it would be your Garden of Eden. What kind of garden are you planning to build? Would you follow any of these tips? We'd love to hear from you guys, so let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, we're sure you would enjoy our next one about the most beautiful gardens in the south of France. Click the link on the screen to watch again right now.